Hello and welcome to another episode of Schmitastic Social Media Tips, brought to you by Tweetfind.com. My name is Amy Schmidauer, and today we're going to talk a little bit about iPad applications for Twitter. There's quite a few out there to use, but which one might be right for you in managing your Twitter presence? Starting with Twitter's official application for the iPad, this is a very visibly pleasing application where you can click on the tweets and separate panes will open, show you all the information about the tweet, the people who wrote it, and even the links that might be in that tweet will open automatically in like a mock browser. It's just the easiest way to check out what's going on Twitter. One of the things I've never liked about Twitter's official apps is the fact that when you retweet something, it only wants to retweet it without comment. And if you do want to retweet with comment, it only gives you the quote tweet option. And I'm like, Twitter, don't you understand that people like to put the RT before? And you would think that they would have come up with an automatic button for that, but they still have not. So that's one thing that's kind of interesting for me about the official application, is that retweeting with a comment is meant to be so difficult or so not the typical way. Moving on to Hootsuite. If you're not familiar with Hootsuite, this is a very popular application, not just for Twitter, but to manage many social networks on one dashboard. And the upside to this is absolutely the many columns you can look at one time, and being able to have all your lists, all your searches, and all of your mentions. Everything's just like bam, 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 laid out for you. The downside to Hootsuite, not as visibly pleasing as the Twitter application for sure. I don't like to use Hootsuite unless, another plus side, I want to schedule something. It's great for scheduling tweets in advance, especially for businesses if they're looking to spread out their information over a period of a day. If they don't have time to live tweet all throughout the day, Hootsuite's great for that. But just to manage your own Twitter presence, other than having all of those lists right in front of you at one time, it's not the prettiest application to work with, and it's this, with opening links, you're gonna get a separate window, so it's not all in one place like with the Twitter application. The last application I wanted to talk about today is Twitterrific. This is a very basic app, but it's pretty nice to work with as far as color coding goes, because for every mention or retweet, anything that's directed toward your account, it's color coded so that it stands out and you can definitely make sure you see it. It definitely doesn't have all the functionality of the Twitter application where, you know, you have the browsers and the panes and everything's kind of nicely flowing in one place. But if you want something basic, Twitterrific can definitely get the job done for you. If you're more into applications within a browser, Twitter is actually rolling out a new iPad application for the Safari browser this week, where it looks very similar to Twitter.com, but it has some specially placed functionality to recognize that you are using it on the iPad, making the experience a little bit nicer to work with. So if you lean toward browser applications, that is rolling out this week and you should check it out. That's all for today. I hope to see you next Wednesday, and in the meantime, you can catch me over on SavvySexySocial.com for social media tips for small businesses and entrepreneurs, and on Twitter @Schmitastic. I will see you next week.